So I was homeless for 24 hours. I was actually right there with $300 to my name with no job. I was hopeless, helpless, and most importantly, I was incredibly embarrassed. I thought I wasted 3.5 years at university and $40,000. And I think I was really afraid of disappointing my parents, but I had one lucky break. I had one interview the next day. Back then, I didn't even know what the job was. I literally applied to every single job I could apply to. But it turned out to be 100% commission based, door to door sales. And this meant I only got paid if I sold the products. If I didn't get a dime.
Nope.
And that was the very first time working in the real world, completely by myself with no one to fall back to. Like, this had to work. And I barely slept that night, obviously, and I looked like a washed up uni grad, but the company was eager to start anyone given they had no risk. I started the next day, walking over 10,000 steps daily and knocking on 50 to 70 doors every single day in full suit with a tie. It was tough, definitely in my top 4 toughest moments in my life. Sweating profusely during summer and freezing my ass during winter. And I remember this one moment. I had holes in my shoes during winter, so water would just seep in, and I didn't have money at that time. So what I did was I put on a plastic bag on my feet so my feet wouldn't freeze. And at that time, I was also living with 3 other dudes in a 500 square foot basement with curtains up as our wall, and I was sleeping on a Walmart air mattress. There were mice and mold everywhere, and it smelled like somebody died in there. That was my beginning story, and I still remember how I felt back then. I was still happy and super focused. I was pursuing an opportunity to own my own door-to-door agency, making a 6-figure income. Let me tell you, they did a really good job in selling this stuff.
Nope.
Although it was one of the hardest times, this stage in my life set the foundation to where I am like today. Learned so many things, like the fundamentals of selling, negotiating, hiring, training, leadership, and public speaking. And I did really well right out of the gate. Like, I had no choice. I didn't go home until I sold something every single day. My life depended on it. Couldn't help realize that there were better opportunities. I saw the number of owners that actually make past 3 years was very, very slim. So I ended up quitting after a year and landing a job as a sales exec. Still wearing the same suit, just selling a fancy research papers to investment firms. All right, if you've enjoyed that story, there's definitely more to come. My entrepreneur journey hasn't really started at this point, but stay for part 2. Subscribe and like and subscribe.